Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. If you are calling to place an order, unfortunately the store is closed due to the fact that we are about to record a podcast. We'll be closed for another half an hour-ish. If you're calling to listen to the show, congratulations, you are just in time. So kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to Late Night Taco Delivery.
Late Night Taco Delivery! Yay!
Thank you for the... That was very delayed there.
Oh well.
Alright. Hi, I am your host, Daniel
And
Gill.
I am your other host, Jonathan Knoll.
And how are you this evening, John?
Here to talk about nerd stuff, as always.
As always. Oh, we're having some fun this evening, aren't
yeah.
we?
Station Cat cannot be in here because otherwise she will chew on cords, and I cannot have that happen.
Yeah.
But I also have a new setup in the experiment room, so that's always nice.
Awesome. Unfortunately, I've not had a chance to... I could not find that stupid microphone I was telling you about, so...
Okay. So anything that you're geeking out about this week?
I got a couple things. I read a novel this weekend called Devil's Cape, which was pretty cool. It's a superhero novel. Apparently, this is a genre I was unaware
Really?
of.
Superhero novels?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I knew that there was, like, Soon I Shall Be Invincible and a couple other ones, but apparently there's a whole subgenre of fiction where it's all about, you know, people create their superheroes instead of having them fight in comic book form, they fight in novel form. And it was really good. It was very well written. It was written by a guy named Rob Rogers. Unfortunately, this is his only novel, and he wrote back in 2008. So I'm like, you fucker, give us a sequel. You're worse than Gabe Newell.
Ouch.
Give us a damn sequel. So, anyway.
Yeah, over here, not much has really been happening. Last night I helped our occasional co-host, Eric, help move him into his new apartment. And afterwards we'll watch the first half of Akira. So
Okay.
that was fun.
What did you think?
What
do you think?
I don't know. He hasn't really told me much about what he thinks yet.
It's a beautiful
I agree. But yeah, that's really all that I've got going on here.
Okay.
So shall we move on to the geek news?
Let us shall.
All right.
You have more stuff, so you go first.
All right.
And hopefully we didn't have any cross-pollination again this year.
This year. I'm sure we do.
I'm sure we do too. We'll find out.
All right. I guess I should probably pull out the big dick first.
All right.
The reveal of Fallout 4 has come about.
Yay!
There was, 24 hours before, there was a giant countdown with a sign that says, "Please stand by," posted by Bethesda Softworks on Twitter. And then 24 hours later, you know, right after the clock finally stopped counting down, the trailer was finally released. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not much of a Fallout player, but I'd play it.
Many of my friends are, and I actually liked the trailer because it had the dog. I'm one of those people who believes that anytime you put a dog in a situation, it makes it infinitely more interesting. So when the dog stood up and like touched the baby's mobile with his nose, I'm like, no! Don't tell me the poor puppy lost his family. No! And then he's like at the end, like the puppy and the guy are like, let's go mete out some justice. I'm like, yeah! I'm pathetic, I know.
Truly you are.
Well.
But yeah, that's the big reveal for this week, I think.
Well, the second big reveal, actually. The other one was, remember last week we were talking about how GameStop got bought by Hot Topic?
Yes.
I'm sorry, ThinkGeek got bought by Hot Topic.
Right. So this is kind of an editorial.
And this is a continuation of the never-ending saga of the sale of ThinkGeek.
Oh my
apparently.
god.
This came out the day after our show. GameStop outbid Hot Topic.
No kidding.
Yeah. So now they are in charge of ThinkGeek and its amazing, interesting products.
Huh.
Yep. It includes it's $20 per share deal. It also includes $37 million in cash. It comes out to a total valuation of $140 million compared to Hot Topic's proposal value of $122 million. And apparently it's been formally accepted, so GameStop is going to take over ThinkGeek.
Interesting.
So good on them.
Let's see. From here, I've got a bunch of other stories, including a new release from Pixar.
Is that The Last Dinosaur or Lonely Dinosaur?
The Good Dinosaur is what it's called.
Oh, The Good Dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah, what if the... Basically, it's what if the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs that changed life forever on Earth missed.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looked the teaser, actually. It looked amusing. You see the comet go past, and all the dinosaurs look up and went, okay,
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so there you go. There's that.
Yeah.
And we also have a new Tangled animated series. Yes.
I was unaware of this.
Let's see. It's pretty much the first Disney animated series since, like, Aladdin, strictly based on a Disney property already.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember there's Aladdin, there was Little Mermaid, there was The Adventures of Timon and Pumbaa.
But
there were a number of interesting ones, but this is cool. It's going to be CGI, I assume?
No, actually, it looks like it's,
traditional hand-drawn?
might be.
Huh.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be CG.
Okay. Well, in that same vent, let's go here. CGI Pioneer Reboot reboots with the Guardian Code. Reboot, television's first fully computer-generated animation series, is celebrating the recent passing of its 20th anniversary with a new 26-episode upgrade.
Interesting.
Mainframe Entertainment has commenced production on Reboot the Guardian Code, a hybrid live-action CG animated series, and will feature the same action and comedy the viewers loved in the original series, but with an updated technological universe. Did you ever see
No,
Reboot?
I didn't.
It was actually really good. It was it took advantage a lot of early CGI, basically what they could get away with on television. So the animation wasn't that great, but the cinematography was fantastic. And it showed on ABC for 2 seasons, and then ABC got sold to Disney, and they basically cut off anything that wasn't a Disney-created cartoon. So for the longest time, us Americans never got a chance to see the 3rd season, which actually, the whole damn thing ended on a major cliffhanger.
Got it.
So it wasn't until I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I finally got a chance to see the third season. That was really cool. Very dark. But apparently they're going to be rebooting it with Megabyte as the bad guy again.
Sweet.
And he was cool. I wonder if they bring back Hexadecimal, because she was a really fascinating character.
That'd be pretty cool.
Hexadecimal was another virus who was just odd. She could change her faces at will, but she had a basically what you could call schizophrenia. So she was constantly breaking apart. Her mental state was constantly breaking apart. It wasn't until later on that she was able to be fixed, and she became a hero. And it was actually a really cool story arc of her.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah.
Meanwhile, in the not-so-Disney camp, you know who the director James Wan is?
Yeah, I think he directed some of the Saw movies.
Yeah, he's also responsible for Furious 7 and The Conjuring. Guess what he's directing now?
Okay. I'm almost frightened to find out.
Aquaman!
Aquaman!
Yep. King of the Seven Seas is getting a movie, after all, with Jason Momoa. We've known for a while.
I'm hoping he gets to see. I'm hoping it's a success, because Jason Momoa is just a cool dude.
I'll agree with that.
I mean, as I've said before, he was the perfect Conan, saddled with a horrible film. He honestly loved the character. He loves comic books. He's a muscular nerd. I mean, that's the best way to put it. He's like someone took the body of a jock and stuck it with the brain of a nerd, and he really enjoys what he's doing. And I'm really hoping that he gets the success. It's like with Nathan Fillion. I love Nathan Fillion, and I'm so happy that Castle's been a huge success for him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a number of false starts. I mean, they did some great work. I mean, I liked Nathan Fillion and Firefly, obviously.
Right.
But it wasn't until Castle he became a success.
Absolutely.
So, Jason Momoa, good luck to you, man. I'll watch the movie just for you.
But yeah, and also in the DC camp, firmly in the DC camp, I might say, there's going to be a Sandman movie. Yeah, Neil Gaiman's Sandman?
Yeah, I'm just trying to picture that.
I'm
surprised Neil Gaiman agreed to it.
Guess who's involved?
Tim Burton?
No, not this time around.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is involved. And
Okay.
the thing about this movie is that it's going to be a ground spectacular, but no punching.
No punching in a comic book movie? Well, the original Sandman had no punching either.
That was basically, Neil Gaiman was just like, oh yeah, go ahead and make it, but ground rule, and I will pull out if you don't. No punching.
Okay.
So there you go.
That works for me. Friends and nerds everywhere rejoice.
Uh-oh.
Uwe Boll has quit making movies. After his third failed try on Kickstarter to raise money for a film, he basically let loose with this absolute rant on YouTube, basically saying, fuck you and fuck your mothers. You guys just hate movies. How dare you go and see Avengers and Robert Downey Jr. and all these other big films when my films are so much better. I've got enough money to play golf the rest of my life. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
And all I gotta say is, don't let the door hit you where the gods split you, you know? Oh, I have seen Uwe Boll movies, at least 3 of them, and I want my 6 hours back. I don't know how, and I don't care how, I want my 6 hours back. They are so bad.
That's fair. That is totally fair.
Oh my god. Such horrible films.
Meanwhile, over in Japan.
In Japan?
Yes. Where the overdubbing is very bad, and Godzilla is now granted Japanese citizenship.
Which is hilarious, considering how many times he's destroyed the damn country.
Oh, absolutely. But now, as a figure of cultural importance and a draw for tourists, he has been given his own citizenship. He has a plaque in, let's see, Kabukicho, and so yeah, there you go. He now has, he has it.
Cool.
He has a home.
Maybe Japan's just hoping that he won't go on another rampage and destroy his home. Like, yeah, now he is Japanese. He's real Japanese. Please don't destroy us again. All right, just keep those giant Japanese hornets away from me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, now remember a long time ago we were talking about a video game Hall of Fame?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Whether it existed or not?
It exists.
Apparently it now does.
Good.
It's called the Strong, the National Museum of Play.
Cool.
And they have founded the first year of the World Video Game Hall of Fame, and the first 6 games that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Do you have a list there or no?
I do.
Ooh.
I'm just going to go from left to right in the series in no particular order. World of Warcraft.
All right.
Tetris.
Cool.
Pac-Man,
Of course.
Pong.
Most excellent.
Doom, the original
Yes.
Doom. And Super Mario Brothers.
Solid choices.
I thought that was very good. Personally, I would have thrown Space Invaders in there because that was actually that was actually a game that caused a nationwide shortage in coins in
No
Japan.
kidding.
But yeah, actually, it's like their size of the quarter. They had a national shortage because all those coins were going into Space Invaders games. They had to actually print. They had to mint out more because of
God
that
damn.
game. But yeah, this is the National Museum of Play, which is located in somewhere.
Great.
Hold on. Where the hell are you?
We'll have to do a live episode from there, wherever it is.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting directions right now. Oh, it's in Rochester, New
Oh,
York.
cool.
So it's about a 10-hour drive.
At some point, we will have to do an episode there.
That sounds like a plan. We'll take a drive.
All right.
All right. Your turn,
All right.
sir.
So from the awesome to the ridiculous here.
Okay.
So, Adam West Batman is a thing, as we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
A Batman fan legally changed his name to Adam West to avoid an airline fee.
I read about that. That was funny.
It's perfect. I mean, seriously.
Apparently, it was just cheaper to change his name than to get the information on his ticket changed, because they were dickweeds.
Apparently. But yeah, Adam Armstrong, 19, legally changed his name to Adam West.
Huh.
And basically, they wanted to fly. He wanted to fly with his girlfriend and family and friends to Ibiza.
Yeah. Yes, it's a country. Swear to God,
I
it's a
believe
country.
you. I believe you. And due to an error, he was given the wrong surname.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, because it was going out of country, he couldn't. If he had the wrong passport, he wouldn't be able to travel. So it was actually cheaper to change his name, because apparently their customer service leaves a much to be desired.
But yeah, good for him.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Remember a couple weeks ago, I mentioned kind of a stare down between WWE Stardust and Arrow's Stephen Amell.
Yes.
Apparently, they're keeping it under wraps, but apparently they're still teasing.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Apparently, Stephen Amell has. They're trying right now. The theory is they're going to try to get Arrow and Stardust, who is a character, to fight it out at SummerSlam.
Huh.
And it wouldn't be the first time that a celebrity has gone up against a WWE wrestler.
It's true.
Yeah, and Stephen Amell's in very good shape, so he might have it. If he can get a good training, he might actually be worth watching.
Oh, absolutely. I'll pay him. I'll look.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to watch. One of those things we rent up a scour up some food and watch and go, oh my
God. Meanwhile, in really just sad news, though, Nichelle Nichols has suffered a stroke.
Yeah, I saw that. It was said it was a minor stroke, thank goodness. But she hasn't gone public.
She's currently awake, eating, and in good spirits, though, and is able to have full conversations.
Good. All right, I had not heard that. Speaking of people who had strokes, Tim Curry made his first public showing since his stroke.
Yeah, I saw that.
2012. He's in a wheelchair, but he seems like he's in good spirits.
Yeah.
He went it was like a Lifetime Achievement Award he went for. I don't have the information up in front of me. I just noticed it today. And I'm like, good for him. I'm hoping things go well for him. I mean, it can take years to, if even you can recover through a stroke, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
I've had a family member who went through a stroke, and it was not a good time.
Mm.
So to those that have had, family members to people who have had strokes in their family or friends, I give you nothing but respect. Please be with them. They need you.
Yeah.
So, back to happy stuff.
Maybe happy stuff.
I got one.
Maybe happy stuff.
I got
okay,
one.
go for it.
According to this is speculation, but according to MakingStarWars.net, an official press kit circulating in Japan lists Warwick Davis's character in the new Star Wars movie.
Wicked is coming back?
Wicked is coming back.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. There's a good chance. Well, apparently, this is not an assumption made by an over-eager intern putting the book together. It's a good chance Princess Leia's favorite Ewok is coming back. Considering Darth Vader's half-burned mask in the trailer has to be gotten by somebody, that would seem to mandate a stopover in Endor. So, the question in the article is, have we collectively forgiven the Ewoks yet? Did the brain damage antics of the Gungans elevate them to an acceptable, satisfying comparison?
I think so.
And if so, will you, in a wrestling fan lingo, mark out to see a gray-bearded Wicked on screen? I would. I never hated the Ewoks. I always liked them.
I only have one thing to say.
Yup.
Battle of wait a minute. I'm wrong. It is
Caravan of Courage.
Yeah.
Yeah. a low point for the whole Star Wars
A low
franchise.
point in the wars, as it were.
Yes. We'll start Ready Player One here.
Yes.
No, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that Warwick Davis is back in the films. I think it'd be fun to see what happened to Wicket. I'm not asking him to be a major character. I don't want him to be the co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon or flying around in an X-wing.
Thank you.
But it would be nice just to see what happened. Just a couple minutes of this is what happened to Wicket, and I think J.J. Abrams is a strong enough director. He can relay that story in a very short amount of time.
I don't know. I'm still... I have said it before. I don't really like the Ewoks as much. But, you know what? It's Star Wars. I'll let it go.
Yeah. Yum. Each up. Yum.
All
right.
Anyway, there's a city in Arizona where the air smells like burnt millstone, and the music of the sound of the area is Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Da 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 da.
All right.
Flintstones Bedrock City in Arizona is on sale for $2 million, Brontosaurus included.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, it's basically Hanna-Barbera gave the rights to this family in Arizona, in Williams, Arizona, and it's 30 miles south of the Grand Canyon. In 1972, it was going to be a theme park, but didn't really happen. But it was all built. So there's a Brontosaurus slide. There is a volcano there. It looks pretty neat. And very, very close to the cartoon of the same. So yeah.
Okay, cool. You want to buy what is the name of the town? I can't remember.
Bedrock City.
Want to buy Bedrock?
I don't know. I don't have $2 million.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel that's a venture I'm not willing to go for.
Okay, let's see. All right. In Marvel news, Daredevil adds John Bernthal as the Punisher for
Yes,
season 2.
I saw that.
Yes, John Bernthal, who's played Shane on The Walking Dead, and in the TV show Mob City, has been cast in as Punisher in season 2, which will be interesting because there's always been a great conflict between Daredevil and Punisher in the comic books. Punisher keeps trying to force Daredevil to kill, and that's one thing that Daredevil doesn't want to do. He's sort of like Batman in that respect. He refuses to kill. Break, maim, hurt horribly, but he won't kill. And I'm slowly getting through the new the Daredevil show on Netflix. I just watched another episode yesterday. I found just watched the origin of the Kingpin.
I'm not nearly there. I've been really, really slacking. I feel really bad.
We're gonna have to do an episode on as soon as both of us finish it. We're gonna do an episode.
All
on
right,
Daredevil.
Done.
So both of us need to finish that. Yeah, but no, it was very well done, very dark. It was actually the first episode with no fighting that I saw. But it was really well done. It was more, like I said, it was more about the Wilson Fisk and how he became to be who he was. But anyway, no. John Bernthal as the Punisher. He looks good. He's, no offense to anyone intended, he's very Italian looking, which is what the Frank cast is supposed to be. And I think he's going to be quite cool.
So the soccer mom of the Marvel Universe is coming to town.
Exactly.
All right. So Daredevil's showrunners. The Daredevil showrunner for season 2, Marco J. Ramirez. Oh, you've heard this one.
Yes. Okay. I'm all right. Please continue, Jonathan.
He's set to pen a script for a live-action Akira movie.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
That is a movie that is so quintessentially Japanese. We do not need to make it over here. We have plenty of our own ideas. We don't need to take another country's intellectual property and morally, physically, and emotionally ravage it. It's not going to end well. I'm sorry.
The thing is,
it's just not going to end well. Go ahead, please.
This thing has had attempts before. Many times.
They've been trying to do it since the 90s.
Yes, the last time, and the closest it came was in 2012. Here are the people that were involved with that. Kristen Stewart, Garrett Hedlund, director John Colette Serra, and Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah, no, fuck that.
This is the thing that should not be. Thankfully, it's not a thing that should not be.
Well, I'm nervous to say I'm kind of... I'm intrigued mainly because of, who's supposed to pen a script for it, but I don't know. It's like you said, it's so quintessentially Japanese, and without Akira, we wouldn't have so much. So leave it on a pedestal. Don't make Citizen Kane again, okay?
Right. I mean, they tried remaking Casablanca at one point with Robert Redford. It died
very,
horribly.
very badly.
Yes, it was called Havana.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Well, they
awful.
also made another one in the 70s. Yeah.
They did? Oh, I missed that part, thank goodness.
Meanwhile, in the long list of what the fuck, we have cartoon remakes.
Okay.
Powerpuff Girls is getting a new series.
I heard that, and also Ben 10 is getting a reboot.
Ben 10 is getting a reboot?
Yep. I'm not familiar with Ben 10, so I know it existed. That's really about the only thing I ever watched.
Yeah, the last thing I remember with Ben 10 was it's a kid with a watch that can turn him into different aliens. Good for you. It's the Cartoon Network stuff that was being made when Nickelodeon was getting really, really awesome.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, did you see this thing here? It was Dr. Teeth and doing...
Old Dirty Bastard? Yeah, I saw that. It amused me.
So, happy faces anyway.
They've done some really, really good stuff with that, the mashups. My favorite is What You Want by the Beastie Boys, involving Swedish Chef, Beaker, and Animal.
Nice.
I thought that was my. I think it was the first one, and it's really the funniest one in my opinion. So what you want?
You got any more?
Yes.
Because I'm down to 3 stories.
I'm down to 3 stories too, and it also includes my shit that should not be.
Okay.
A feature-length version is being produced of Black Angel, a short film that George Lucas commissioned to accompany photo screenings of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back in 1980. Well, basically, the original Black Angel was played with Star Wars, and it was shot on a shoestring budget of $25,000 in 1979.
That is tiny in 79.
Yeah, and it was shot by directed by Roger Christian, who was one of the second unit directors on Empire Strikes Back. And after its theatrical run, all copies of the short film were thought to be lost, but an archivist at Universal Studios found a negative in 2011. Really? I actually found this online and downloaded it. I have not had a chance to watch it, but it's like 15, 20 minutes long, and it's a fantasy film.
Huh.
It's an epic fantasy based on a knight who undertakes a classic hero's journey to fight the Black Angel, the Demon King's commander in the lands of Sarandal. But it's going to be starring, the movie version is going to star John Rhys Davies and Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer?
Rutger Hauer, yes.
Sweet.
Yes, so and it's going to be small, very small budget again. It was crowdsourced, crowdfunded, but I'm looking forward to it. It was inspired by the great samurai films, and it's give it a shot.
Cool. Yep. Meanwhile, in video games, so we have a Halo 5 game coming out. Halo 5 Guardians. The cover was released. I know. Sorry, what?
Lei Wu?
Yeah.
As in, I don't really care, but go ahead.
Yep. I just put it in because it is technically geek news. It's just not our geek news.
Right.
So,
All right. Let's see. Well, apparently, the first poster for the Assassin's Creed movie has debuted.
Really?
Yep, starring Michael Fassbender and his giant penis. Well, not the poster, that is. I mean, his giant penis is nowhere on this attached.
Oh, I am disappointed.
I know. I mean, the only guy that can rival Liam Neeson's cock.
They need to just start fencing, like now.
Yes. With glow in the dark.
Yes.
I saw that movie once. It starred John Ritter. It was a very strange film.
Images I don't need in my head.
Yeah. But no, they're basically going to be making a movie. It should be out on December 21st, 2016.
Cool.
Whether it's actually shooting or not, I have no idea. So, if it actually gets made, well, it's all up in the air. All right, I got one last shit in the shit that should not be. So take it over, my friend.
This one is actually an older story that I just kind of happened upon, but it bears note because I know you are a big fan of Disney.
Oh, heck yeah.
But both of us are kind of on Frozen.
Yeah. I'm more on Frozen because of
the massive marketing and all of that.
Yeah, it's just like, I get that. Well, basically, from what I understand what happened is that they didn't really market that much when it first came out. And when it became a huge success, Disney was scrambling to make shit. Yeah. And unlike what happened with Lilo and Stitch when they had a hit and they pumped all this crap out and it failed, Frozen is being eaten up by every preteen girl in America. So you literally, it's a license for Disney to print money. So
it might not be as big a license as it may seem, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a lawsuit against Frozen. This story actually dates back to April 17th of this year. But there was a film by Kelly Wilson called The Snowman, which screened at a film festival that John Lasseter and several Pixar people went to.
Okay.
And Ms. Wilson is suing because the Frozen trailer was substantially similar to her short 2D computer animated film. Disney has tried now twice to get this lawsuit thrown, but they've lost both times. The lawsuit is going to go to trial in October.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm looking at this one and going,
Oh, I do have some good news. For one of my favorite movies so far this year, Mad Max Fury Road has passed $300 million at the box office.
Sweet.
And it's considered that you have to make at least twice your budget to be a success. And since their budget was $150 million,
they're very much a success.
And I think we talked about this on one of the past shows, is how much I enjoyed it because it used so much practical effects. And I really, really, really hope that other younger directors study at the feet of George Miller and discover we don't need all the CGI. Just make some really awesome practical effects, and we'll be much more drawn into the story.
I agree.
Okay. All right, man. Any more stories?
I've got one more. It might be your shit that should not be.
Well, go ahead and try it.
A Frozen ride is coming to Disney World's Epcot Center next year.
Oh, I knew about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew about that. That's going to be at the Norway Pavilion. They shut down Maelstrom and are switching it over to Frozen, which kind of sucks because, well, A, it's Frozen, and B, Epcot was never supposed to be, all about Disney. It was supposed to be more like a permanent World's Fair.
Exactly. Which is kind of one of those, this should not be. This simply should not be.
But still. Yeah, but I've already done my angry grumping about that before we did a show. So
fair enough.
Speaking of Disney...
Shit.
I'm sorry, man. Fantasia, Night on Bald Mountain sequence being adapted into feature-length film.
No.
According to The Hollywood Reporter, Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless, who wrote Dracula Untold, are working on a script to convert the Night on Bald Mountain sequence from Disney's 1940 animated film Fantasia into a feature-length movie. Are you okay? Please tell me you're not shooting your television. You're not, dry firing a pistol at your computer.
Not yet.
Or at your head, anyway.
Nope.
Okay, what is that sound?
That sound is me, making threatening sounds with a chunk of metal.
Ah. But yeah, they are, the original segment which featured the music of Modest Mussorgsky showed Chernobog, a winged beast looming over a village, raising the spirits of the dead, who cavort and raise havoc until sunrise, sending them back to the graves. It was considered for a long time to be one of the most terrifying animated works ever released. I think it's still one of the most terrifying animated sequences
I'll
ever
agree
released.
with that.
And I'm just waiting to see, it's going to be the young noble woman getting caught in the graveyard after dark, and the noble peasant boy has to go rescue her and fighting the demons as they're raised from the dead by Chernobog. That's our shit that should not be. Why? Really?
Fuck that so hard in the ass. Oh, fuck no.
Like I said, I am sorry. I truly am sorry, but that, Disney has done some good stuff, and lately is not doing much more than that.
Excuse me, I need a drink.
Please.
Sorry, what?
I said, please, be my guest.
Alright, I'm back. I might drink later. Anyway.
You're too young to drink yet.
Well, from one rage to another.
Oh, you got a shit that should not
No,
be,
I
don't
don't.
you?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just raging about our subject tonight.
Oh, yes, you are not a Harry Potter
No,
fan.
I am not.
I am. Holy cow, am I a Harry
So tonight is Dan and John, Civil War.
Potter. Or I say that, John, you are wrong. It is a fine story of teenagers coming of age while fighting a great evil. And you say...
Yes, but it has problems because the villain is is total crap, and the hero is kind of boring, and and even the author wants to change things already. It's George Lucas all over fucking again. Let us begin.
Let's begin. How are you introduced to Harry Potter?
I was first introduced to Harry Potter through the first movie, Sorcerer's Stone. And then, because it became such a firestorm of awesomeness, I've since read all the books and seen all the movies, and I've even read some of the supplemental stuff. But with age, I've become cynical about it.
Okay. Well, my first reaction to Harry Potter was back in 2000, when I believe Goblet of Fire was coming out.
Oh, the book?
That was the fourth book, right? Yeah, the fourth book. And everyone at the time, my parents, my sister, my girlfriend at the time were saying, "Oh, hey, Daniel, you've got to read Harry Potter. It's such a good series." And I'm like, it's a kid's book. I have no interest in reading kids' books. Boy, have I changed that way. But I was basically dodging this books anywhere I could. And finally, I went over to my parents' place for lunch one day on a Sunday. And as I'm walking out, my mom shoves the Sorcerer's Stone in my hands and say, "Just give it a shot. Just give it a try." My mom, the drug book dealer. It's like, the first one's free. After that, you gotta pay. But I basically went, okay, fine. So I went home, and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do today. Oh, what the hell? I'll go ahead and read this. So I started reading. By 5:30 that afternoon, I'm back at my parents' place going, "You have any more?" And I basically gorged on Harry Potter, the first 4 books in Harry Potter, for a week straight. And then every time after the books came out, I would get them within at least 2 days of them being released, and just read as fast as possible. And I've read them since multiple times. And yes, there are some problems, but they're very readable, readable books. Really fun. Really enjoy the characters, and I don't understand why you don't like them.
It's kind of the same reason as Frozen, actually. but let's get more analytical about this. Okay.
All right, go ahead. Sure.
So really, my first main beef is Voldemort. He's not a great villain.
He that shall not be nosed.
Yes, he who shall not be nosed. There's a problem with adapting movies. There's a problem with adapting books into movies, and it's a very telling thing. Voldemort monologues like a champion.
Oh yeah.
There are many fan theories out there that if Voldemort took like 10 minutes to stop monologuing, he actually would have finally fucking killed Harry Potter. If he was even that badass to begin with.
Okay.
Seriously. Every single time. I mean, all we have to do is look at Ralph Fiennes' performance with I can touch you now and stuff like that. He just sits there and he just swaggers at the Death Eaters, and he kind of leers, but beyond that, it's always there is no good or evil. There is only power. Get on with it.
There is no good or evil. There is only Zool.
Yes. Any rebuttal here?
He's a classic villain. I mean, maybe he's a little too classic, as in, a bit like Moriarty or a bit like Darth Vader. They did a lot of monologuing. But I thought he was a very interesting character. His history was interesting. He was a half-blood who hated being a half-blood. Therefore, he was almost you could see some connotations between him and I'm going to Godwin here. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He's a little bit of connotations between Adolf Hitler and himself, because there is some speculation that Adolf Hitler had Jewish blood in him.
Yeah.
And he hated the Jewish people for that particular reason. But I really liked Harry. I liked Voldemort. I thought he was an interesting character. Very evil. There was no sympathy at all for this dude.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
If you believe in any way, shape, or form that Voldemort is sexy, then you need to stop.
You either need to stop or get help.
Yes. Snape, I can understand. I can understand why people thought he was sexual. He was sexy. Not my thing. I'm straight, but still, I can understand. That kind of goth emo thing that he had going on. Voldemort, no. Voldemort was just evil.
Yeah.
And there is something very attractive about pure evil.
Of course, there always is.
Okay. But yeah, I thought he was a very interesting character. Now, there are certain things in the books that I understand that, people would have a problem
of course.
with. And Tumblr has had way too much fun with this.
Tumblr has basically become the ruiner of things.
Yeah. But they're also the ones that, point out things that make you go, huh. Like, for example, isn't it nice that Harry always seems to be where he needs to be in the castle to overhear a conversation so he can stop whatever's going on?
Oh yeah, incredibly convenient that.
It's like the castle wants him to be there.
You just made a
castle. Yeah, I just made a TARDIS joke.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Certain things about the books just seem too convenient. I mean, yeah, it's a kid's book, originally speaking, but it just seems too convenient at points. Like, even Luke Skywalker has problems finding stuff at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, why is it that Harry always finds his thing?
It's a hero's journey, man. It's a classic hero's journey. He's an everyman kind of character, so he's a little bit, he is a bit boring, but that way the reader can put themselves into his shoes.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of a weak point as well. It's one of the big problems that people have with the Twilight books. The character is so one-dimensional or non-dimensional that you can just stick yourself in there.
And she's much more of that than Harry Potter
I agree,
was.
But
holy cow!
But at the same time, it smacks of a writer who wants to just please everyone at the same time.
Now, I will agree with you there. I'm very tired of J.K. Rowling coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for doing that." I'm like, no, stop, J.K. You've written the books. Take a note from George R.R. Martin. never be sorry for what you've done. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I'm fully expecting within the next 10 years there's going to be another Harry Potter novel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And if it's not going to be about Harry, it's going to be about his kids or something. Because I think she really enjoyed writing those books, and I really think she wants to read. She keeps going back to that world.
Oh yeah, well
it only, if nothing else, in her mind.
It certainly changed her life. I mean,
yeah.
Previously she was having, I think, health problems, and she was having problems with divorce and something like that. Mm-hmm. Messed up stuff. So the Harry Potter stuff did change her entire world. But you've brought me back to one of my other big problems. Her constant apologizing. I mean, I mentioned how...
That's not so much about the books, that's more about the author.
Yeah, but it's... You can't bring up Star Wars without bringing up George Lucas. Same problem.
Yeah, I suppose.
George Lucas will continue changing things with Star Wars. And it seems like J.K. really wants to change things with Harry Potter. She's mentioned before that she is not happy with the fact that Hermione ended up with Ron instead of Harry.
Which makes no damn sense.
It makes very little sense, because that's one of the big things that makes these books unique. The sexy love interest does not end up with the hero.
Sexy love interest. I can't believe you used Hermione and sexy love interest in the same sequence. That was one of the things about Hermione that was always kind of fun, is that the way she's described, she's a bushy-haired, buck-toothed, teenager.
Yeah, but Emma Watson is hot.
She became
hot.
What? Sort of like, the guy who played Neville Longbottom. Holy cow. That's it. Life goals. Become Neville Longbottom.
We covered that one last week.
Well, it's just like when you look at the movies. I'm just going to run back to the films. Thank goodness that they chose kids who actually grew up to be relatively attractive. Yeah. Except for Jeannie Weasley. Don't get me wrong, and I do not want to put this young lady down at all. Mm-hmm. She is the plainest looking young lady I have seen in years. The actress, I mean, and I don't understand why. I can't understand why Harry fell in love with her. Maybe it's just because I'm a rude 40-year-old man, but she was not. She was just kind of like a wallflower. She was just sort of there.
I don't know. Something about that is kind of attractive. But, and I've always been attracted to redheads, but...
Okay.
Yeah. So for me...
I've dated redheads. They're crazy. They're fun, though, but they're crazy.
So for me, ding! But, yeah.
Yeah. Shall we?
Anyway. But yeah, just the constant want of change for things. Even things that would not be at all readily available or would just completely diminish the uniqueness of the story is something that I just can't abide. It's happened too many times to things that I already like. And submitting myself to Harry Potter is just kind of one of those, am I some kind of a masochist here?
Pretty much.
So, there's that. Let's see.
Yeah. Now, I actually called two of these up. Harry Potter Tumblr theories.
Oh, good.
So we can cover these.
Please do.
All right. Number 7. Draco Malfoy is a werewolf.
Bullshit.
All right. Let's take a look at what they say. Draco Malfoy was a real dickweed, yeah, but he sort of got dealt a bad hand. Imagine if you're born to a wizard version of a clan grand dragon, you probably end up an arrogant d-bag too. At the start of the books, Draco seems pretty into the fantasy Nazi deal and the unpleasant magical slurs that come with it, but eventually it starts gnawing away at him. At his heart, Draco doesn't have the strength for death-eating. Towards the end of the series, it becomes clear that Draco is having a physical reaction to the stresses and the inner conflict of being a part of Voldemort's crowd. Through bearing a dark mark will take its toll on anyone, hiding a werewolf curse might be more difficult, but how would Draco become afflicted? Well, one of Voldemort's very good chaps happened to be Fenrir Greyback, and with a name like that, you can never be anything but a werewolf. Right. Not only is this the werewolf that bit Remus Lupin, but he's also known to infect the young so they grow up resenting humanity. Voldemort seized upon the latter quality, enlisting Greyback to bite the children of Dark Eaters who have failed him. Now, who do we know that failed the Dark Lord? So this whole time, Draco was struggling with having magic Hitler breathing on his neck, but on top of that, he was being made into a werewolf as a punishment for his father's failings.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want one quick aside though. I have to give mad props to Martin Freeman,
Okay.
the actor, who has created the informal British actors who were not in Harry Potter movies.
Yes.
Because there were so many British actors who were in the Harry Potter films, and Martin Freeman not among them. So he's like, yeah, we never got the Harry Potter movie. So apparently they get together like once a year and just have drinks and talk shit about Harry Potter. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's awesome. Okay. Let's see. So you're not a big fan of Draco Malfoy as a werewolf?
Not really. It just doesn't jive.
Yeah, he never really showed any werewolfish traits.
Mm-hmm.
Now he did show that he was not really happy being a werewolf, not being a Death Eater.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a selfish little brat. Don't get me wrong. Anyone can
Absolutely.
say that. But at the same time, I think he really wasn't evil.
No.
He wasn't evil like Voldemort
He's
was.
misguided.
Yeah.
And that's the whole Loki thing coming back again. Evil is evil is considered sexy, especially when there's something that you can tame about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. After a while, that's the other thing. It's always, oh yeah, blame it on Malfoy. Clearly he's evil. Clearly he's the son of basically a grand dragon. So, it's his fault.
Oh, by the sixth book, I really felt bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. After a while,
it's almost like, okay, I'm okay with Harry Potter's story, but I want to see what Malfoy's going through. Come on, J.K., show me some of that.
Strange enough, here's an alternate theory. Maybe Harry Potter's the dick to Malfoy. I mean, seriously, he keeps dragging him through the mud every single book. I mean,
well, it's sort of like, Harry's parent,
Yeah.
Harry's dad. And the Marauders, they're assholes to Snape.
exactly.
They're utterly assholes. And somehow Snape still keeps his good character. I mean, he's a douche.
Oh, of course.
But he's only a douche because he's been taught that way.
Yeah, he's become resentful.
He's revengeful, but the same thing. He really, really wants to, defeat Voldemort as his final act of love to Lily. I mean, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of levels in these books.
And they're fun to pick apart, but it gets to be too much. Very often.
Okay, speaking of which, another one of these fan
Please
theories.
go.
Everyone remembers the ironically hilarious scene where Professor McGonagall taught the Gryffindors how to dance for the Yule Ball and used Ron as her example dance partner, much to Ron's horror. Well, if the head of Gryffindor taught the Gryffindors how to dance, it's safe to assume the head of Slytherin taught the Slytherins how to dance, right? Imagine Severus Snape teaching all the Slytherins how to waltz.
Sustained.
Oh, come on, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. As an official court ruling, sustained.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Let's see. Another one was Snape wanted to be the defense against dark arts professor to help Harry.
I don't know. Still a lot of
Any Potterhead remembers how badly Snape wanted the title of the defense against dark arts teacher. And we all thought it was because he was an evil, power-hungry Death Eater who wanted to torment Harry in new horrendous ways that couldn't be achieved in potions class. Until we learned that Snape actually was in love with Harry's mother and tried to protect Harry all along. Now, Tumblr believes that Snape was fighting so hard for the DADA professor position so he could help prepare Harry for his battle against Voldemort. But the thing is that why would Dumbledore not let Snape do that?
That just doesn't sit with me.
Yeah. Dumbledore was a bit of a douche himself.
When it comes to Dumbledore, I can just have you, I can refer you to the first episode of Walrus Cast. You've listened to that, right?
Bits and pieces, yeah.
Basically, I'm not a big fan of Dumbledore as a saintly character.
Okay.
especially, and this is more of a movie complaint.
Okay.
Dumbledore is portrayed as a saintly character by Richard Harris. Correct? Yeah.
Right.
And so, as a result, he's very obviously magical. But when Richard Harris died and Michael Gambon took his place, Michael Gambon took the character in a much more human light, which I really like.
Right.
But most Potterheads do not. Very ardently, in fact. So, that's the other thing that kind of grates on me whenever I hear Harry Potter brought up, is because it's so fictional and so fantasy. I like a little bit of realism to my fantasy characters, even if they are the mentor character. I mean, even Obi-Wan has problems.
Yeah.
Seriously. So,
well, Dumbledore has problems too. I mean, he killed his best friend.
yeah, but that's kind of brought up at the very last minute. I mean, imagine having all of Obi-Wan's faults and past problems brought up right at the end of Return of the Jedi. Like, suddenly, you've got, Luke burning the armor of Vader, and then Obi-Wan's just like, I have wasted my life. Why do you say that? Well, this, and I cut off his arms. You did what? I mean, seriously. That is what that's like with Dumbledore for me.
Okay. If you like realism in your magic, you really need to read The Magician's Trilogy by Lev Grossman.
I will add it to my list then.
Okay. It's basically about a kid that becomes gets a chance to go study at this magical academy, and weird shit happens the entire series. It's like Harry Potter if it would turn on its head.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. They're not nice people. Okay, let's see. Margaret Thatcher tried to throw the Minister of Magic out of a window. Well, in the Half-Blood Prince, Cornelius Fudge reveals that the previous Prime Minister tried to throw him out of a window. Since Half-Blood Prince takes place in 1996, the British Prime Minister he must have been talking to was John Major, and before him, the Prime Minister was Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, so apparently the Iron Lady of Britain tried to throw Cornelius Fudge out of a window.
That's beautiful.
Why did they put that in the movie? I would have watched that happily.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing.
And they could have gotten, Dame Deanna Reagan in the film, and no problem.
or Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. Yeah, I can dig that one, though. That's another thing about the movies, though, that kind of ground on me. My favorite of all of them is Prisoner of Azkaban, because it has nothing else to do with the rest of the books. The characters actually feel like they're human. And, I mean, even in the movie, they are played more naturalistically. The wardrobe is changed so that they actually feel like kids. Michael Gambon, like I said, comes in and plays a human Dumbledore.
Okay. Everything
about it is far more interesting to me than any Voldemort content. What was the point I was trying to make there?
I have no idea. You're saying you like Prisoner of Azkaban because it was different than the other movies or books.
Yeah, but that was the point I was making. So the books are very time locked into the 90s. The movie's not so much. I mean, if you look at the architecture and all of the locations in Order of the Phoenix on, it's modern day London. It doesn't feel like the 90s at all.
It does not, no.
That's just a continuity bluff. But yeah. No, Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite because it really has nothing to do with the Voldemort story. It is a straight up mystery. In a way that none of the others really were. The others are more of a fight of good versus evil.
Now, the one problem I have with the Prisoner of Azkaban is that was the one with the damn time turner.
Yeah.
Right? I hated that thing.
Too convenient for
I
you.
so hated that. Way too goddamn convenient for me. He's like, oh, we have this time turner. We can only go back certain amounts of time. Sorry, Harry, you can't save your parents. Ah.
Yeah, that's something that's brought up in How It Should Have Ended, actually.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of time turning. A lot of turns.
Alright, let's see what else we got here. Well, major theory is that Harry, Ron, and Hermione were never meant to be in Gryffindor.
Okay, go on.
A major theory making the rounds is that the trio were never meant to be in Gryffindor. According to this theory, the three are actually embodiments of the other three houses. Hermione is Ravenclaw, Ron is Hufflepuff, and Harry is Slytherin. The reason they all end up in Gryffindor, the House of the Brave, is because they all asked.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask
Go
you a
for it.
question. I am sure you have done this. Have you taken the online test to see which house you would belong
Yeah,
in?
Gryffindor.
You fucker.
Why do you say that?
Every time I take that goddamn test, I end up in Slytherin. Seriously, I would be the most bitter Slytherin ever. I would be like, God damn it! I don't belong here! I want to be in Gryffindor, I want to be in Ravenclaw! What the hell, man? Oh, shut up and help us with the dog fight. Fuck you! I ain't helping that noseless bastard!
I want to see that as a comic now. Like, now!
Oh, man. No, seriously, every time I take that goddamn test, doesn't matter which test I take, I always end up in Slytherin. I don't understand.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I mean, like, oh, yeah, I was... And the thing is like, I told my friends, like, I like being Ravenclaw. They're like, oh, you're Gryffindor. You're so Gryffindor. Every time, well, all my friends are like, oh, you're Gryffindor. You know, you always try to, go the extra mile to help people out or whatever. No, the computers apparently believe I belong in Slytherin. I would punch Snape, okay? Someone that big of a douche, I would just grab a broom and whack him across the back of the head. Go to Dumbledore and say, yeah, kick me out. I'm sorry. Or put me in another household. I am not.
Can I get a transfer to another school?
Exactly. Send me to Salem, all right? That's at least in Ohio. That's at least in America.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. We get the sense that there's a larger world in Goblet of Fire with other schools, Beauxbatons and Durmstrang.
Right, and there was a mention of a Salem school as well.
But the Harry Potter books have become so quintessentially British that kind of idea is interesting, and I'd like to see it more explored. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
No. Can I admit
Go for
something? Okay, to our loyal 12 listeners, I apologize. I've written Harry Potter fan. Back in 2001, 2002, I actually wrote my sequel to Goblet of Fire. Now, thankfully, I didn't go more than past 10, 15 pages. But it was basically about an American wizard who goes to Hogwarts at an exchange program to help the defense of dark arts. And was using, American equipment, like a gun.
Oh! Ooh!
And he at one point he punches Snape in the head.
Beautiful.
Everything Americans would do. So I wrote this thing, and I never published it, thank God. And I believe it got lost in a hard drive crash. Thank God.
It will never see the light of day.
No, never. Nor should it ever see the light of day. So yeah, I wrote Harry Potter fan fiction. But the thing is that I also, at the same time, I didn't make him a Gary Stu kind of character. I actually the story was basically about him helping Harry, not, taking over from Harry and going, oh, you've rescued us from Voldemort, you are so powerful. It was more along the lines of, I'm going to give you the tools you need to defeat Voldemort. If nothing else, kick him in the balls.
There you go.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I actually also came up with kind of a Harry Potter fanfiction-y story, but it never went past the conceptual phase, so there's no writing.
Okay.
But the basic idea was New York wizard who is basically a punk kid in the 70s, and who has a collapsible wand.
I read it.
I'd find that interesting, which is why it kind of turned into a different project. But I'm not gonna share that on air.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, that puts that whole story in a new light. After this, I'm going to, like, write my brains out. Anyway.
Go for it.
But yeah, back on Harry Potter.
What else do we have here? Shit. I'm trying to find, like, the good fan theories that are kind of interesting.
How do you feel about the Dumbledore being gay thing?
It never really cared about.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, I guess from what I've been told is I'm kind of rare for my age group that I don't give a shit about gays or transgenders and such. And like, if I'm not like, oh, you're against God's will, or oh, that's unnatural, or that's disgusting. I'm like, are you hurting anyone? Then I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you want to, if it's who you are, I mean, just like Caitlyn Jenner from Bruce Jenner. I grew up, knowing who Bruce Jenner was because he was a huge deal in my childhood. But if he's Caitlyn Jenner, then so more power to her. He's fine. She's finally happy, and it's I'll be the first to apologize. I'm like, I'm not going to get the pronouns correct the first time.
Oh, of course not.
I mean, we both have a good friend who is transgender, and I told him the first time, I'm going to screw up the pronouns. And it's not nothing against you. It's not me being rude. I will try to remember. But, just have some patience with me, and I'll be perfectly happy with
whenever
you.
I meet someone like that, I always ask preferred pronouns.
Mm-hmm. But no, the same thing with Dumbledore. I always consider him more asexual.
Yeah?
He's a person obsessed with knowledge.
I can dig that.
And then, J.K. Rowling putting that out, I honestly don't know if she actually meant to do that or not.
Yeah, it seems...
Maybe she thought that she was like, I'll make an offhand comment about him being gay, and it'll go away. Oh, no, Miss Rowling, it didn't go away.
Very much no.
Now, what do you think about it, by the way? I'll spin that around.
I have pretty much the same ideas on it. Just... It doesn't really detract from the story. It doesn't really add anything to the story. It's just kind of a detail to add into a wider character.
Okay.
Let's see.
I miss Barry Bot's all flavored beans.
You miss Bertie Bott's every flavored beans?
Yeah, I can still find them from time to time, but they are not nearly as prevalent as they were back in the old days. I told the story on my convention episode about me.
Yes.
About the episode with the bowl of Jelly Bellies and throwing the Berry Bots in, and that asshole kept eating them.
Oh, yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, back on our slight tangent of fan fiction, I guess we should mention that My Immortal is a thing that happened.
Okay, I have managed to make this far in my life without reading My Immortal.
Mm-hmm.
I already have the Eye of Argon. I don't need the My Immortal.
I mean,
because holy
seriously,
shit!
If we need cringeworthy fan fiction, one need only look at 50 Shades of fucking Grey. I know. I had to say it.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I have that reaction whenever anyone mentions it.
Yeah. It's kind of a la 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 la. I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt the first time I read that. Seriously. Oh, here we go. All right, I'm going to send this to you real quick. Speaking of My Immortal, I just found a good version of I Am Argon.
Splendid.
All right, because one episode we're going to have to get together after you turn 21. We're going to have to get together with our headphones and a bottle of fine whiskey and just read this hilariously. Okay, let's see, other fan. Neville Longbottom was supposed to be the chosen one and not Harry Potter.
I've heard this one before.
Okay.
Go ahead and read the description.
I don't know. Okay, the central prophecy states that the chosen one will be born to those who have thrice defied him, born as the seventh month dies, and he held the power the Dark Lord knows not. Neville Longbottom's parents were tortured for standing up to Voldemort, and Longbottom was born on July 30th. The power he has that the Dark Lord doesn't would be herbology. How herbology would help Longbottom defeat Voldemort is unclear. Maybe Longbottom just never got a chance with all the Harry Potter
That
hype.
might be.
And in the books, Dumbledore says that, it could have been Longbottom. There were two children that fulfilled the prophecy, Harry Potter and Neville Longbottom. Part of the prophecy does state that Voldemort would mark his equal, and Potter has the famous scar.
That's the thing, though. Neville really doesn't have that.
Wait, what?
What?
No, sorry. Oh, no, something else I read.
Oh.
Another fan theory, that just makes it go buh.
Okay, we don't really have to talk about Neville. I mean...
Oh, no, well, let's just talk about Neville went from chubby cheek little kid to how, I'm not gay, but damn, he was hot in the seventh movie. Let's just say that.
And that recent press thing. Yeah.
Everyone saw Neville Longbottom's wand.
Okay, that shocking one there?
Harry Potter and Hermione Granger are siblings.
What?
Yeah. Hermione Granger may be the twin or older sister of Harry Potter, something she knows throughout the books. She is part of the protection plan of Harry Potter, the supposed chosen one, and therefore the Muggles' parents of hers are either adoptive or don't exist in the manner Granger describes them. This might explain why she was able to wipe their memories of their whole existence in Deathly Hallows. Right from the start, Granger asks a caring figure to Potter while also being a know-it-all, which may play into a sibling rivalry. If they were siblings, this would help explain why they didn't end up together.
Huh.
Much was made of the kiss Weasley imagined between Granger and Potter in the Deathly Hallows, with fans calling it awkward, creepy, and disturbing. Something simply seems off about the chemistry between these two characters, maybe because they both called James and Lily Potter their parents.
I don't know. I don't buy it.
Weird. I'm not buying it either.
What were you...
Oh, here's another one. Yeah, I'm not buying it because, well, she's... How can I not buy this?
Yeah. It's... No, I can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it that would grab me there. I mean, yeah, the big kiss is awkward and weird and all that, but there's nothing that would support that. There would be like some kind of... There'd be something made of it in the book, if that were the case.
Yeah.
A secret sibling just sounds too fanfiction.
That's more along... It's like someone trying to shoehorn Star Wars into Harry Potter. All right. I know you don't like this, but Remus Lupin and Sirius Black are in love.
Yeah.
While in Hogwarts, Remus Lupin and Sirius Black were best friends, along with James Potter and Peter Pettigrew. The evidence ranged from quotes such as when Sirius Black says, "It used to be us, me and Remus and James."
Yeah.
Black couples the two together, pointing out that Black lived with Lupin between the 4th and 5th books, and then Lupin lives with them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I can understand it. I suppose I can understand
the logic behind it, but it seems a little too hard to just grasp with open arms.
Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent real quick. I apologize. I think there are a lot of people in there more bisexual than they actually think they are. Some people say, "Oh, you can't be gay. You can't be bisexual. You have to be gay or you have to be straight." No, you can have attraction to both sexes. So if James was if Sirius Black or Remus Lupin, who fell in love with Nymphadora Tonks, there is no issues there in my opinion. Sexuality is not is a strong and heavy thing.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a paper about this back in college, and this was back in 2000, so we're going back 20 years or 15 years. Yeah. We as human beings, we find attractiveness in different things. I mean, I personally, and I'm going to admit this to everyone, I find Antonio Banderas to be one of the sexiest motherfuckers alive.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. But at the same time, I also find Angelina Jolie very, very attractive. So, there's nothing wrong with, bisexuality, in my opinion. So, I can perfectly understand with, Lupin being bisexual. Maybe, Sirius never really talks about having a girl. Maybe he's gay.
Maybe.
It's, any number of things can happen there.
I also always really liked Sirius Black. He's a great character.
He's a great character who did not deserve to die.
Oh, heavens no. I mean...
But at the same time, I don't want to second-guess the writer. Because I've had the same people do that to me in the past.
Yeah. I don't know. It's... I feel there is an important reason why he died. But it seems kind of unnecessary.
Okay, what's that?
The reason why I think he croaked so early is because Harry's parents died, right? And that's his his modus operandi.
Right.
I disagree though, because while you can have that kind of thing, he was also a baby. I mean, yeah, you're always going to wonder what would it have been like.
He never had he never had any memories.
Exactly. There's not nearly a strong enough connection. So, so very clearly, when he meets the real Sirius Black, the genuine McCoy and all that, and Sirius becomes a very fast father figure for Harry. Right. So to take that away from him would be far more devastating because it's fresh. It's the same reason why Batman would have become Batman. That Sirius Black's death is Harry Potter's true Batman moment, not his parents.
Okay. Sorry. Another one of the fan theories. Hufflepuff is the stoner house.
I can dig it.
Of the 4 houses at Hogwarts, Hufflepuff has always seemed to be the odd one out. Gryffindor is for heroes, Slytherin is for villains, and Ravenclaw is for cool people who smell good. But Hufflepuff is just kind of lame. Deep down, it's no one's first choice. Other than being humdrum, Hufflepuff doesn't really have a fixed identity, unless you count the part where the entire house is full of potheads.
Like I said, I can dig it.
And I'm laughing about the little gif here with the Hufflepuff coat of arms and Snoop Dogg dancing in front of it.
That's beautiful.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And, plus the head of their household teaches herbology, and come on, it's right in the name. Hufflepuff. Sometimes something tells me they were named after a magic dragon.
I can dig it.
Okay. This one actually makes sense to me. The reason the Dursleys were so... Dursleys had a very good reason for being so terrible.
Do enlighten.
Okay. Harry was a Horcrux.
Yeah.
As repugnant as they are, the Dursleys were nice enough to at least take the orphan Harry Potter in their house. It's an act of charity. It doesn't exactly gel with the jaded monsters they see later on, or something must have happened in those 10 years to make them hard, disgruntled, and callous human beings. It's like they had a Horcrux living under the stairs of their home.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Remember, a Horcrux is any vessel that houses a piece of Voldemort's twisted soul, and that includes Harry Potter's himself. Horcruxes radiate poison. Just being close to them will drive you mad.
Wow.
So, for instance, near the end of the series, the gang is traveling the globe in an attempt to destroy all the Horcruxes, and slowly each of them starts to unwind. Ron starts feeling it after just a few weeks of Horcrux hunting, and poor Ginny, she was stuck for a whole year with Tom Riddle's diary, back during the Chamber of Secrets, and that ordeal nearly killed her. Horcruxes are like if someone dipped the One Ring in a vat of ketchup water, and then made plans with you and forgot to text you, and they were bailing out on you so you can show up at Chili's and eat Chili's. What the fuck were they talking about? Never mind. Okay, basically Horcruxes are a bad scene. So basically the Dursleys, even though they're not exactly the nicest people in the world, they became worse because they lived with Harry Potter, not because Harry Potter lived with them.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's a theory.
That is a theory I can get behind. Wow. Plus, Horcruxes are kind of a ticking time bomb for anybody. if you can find one, then you theoretically have the ability to bring someone back.
Yeah.
Because it is basic immortality.
Well, it's like one of the Deathly Hallows. Which, by the way, is the animation for that is fucking awesome.
The animation was beautiful.
I saw that. I posted that in my animation month, which I finished up a couple weeks ago on my Facebook. But seeing that on a 7-story IMAX theater with full Dolby surround sound was phenomenal. And apparently at the Harry Potter experience down at Universal, they do a really cool rod puppet show of the Deathly Hallows.
Oh, that sounds
I'm like,
awesome.
I must see this. Yes, I want to see this. Holy crap. It's like, I'm going in January to Florida. I'm like, I'm going to go see all the places.
Do it. Do it, man.
Oh, I'm going to be filming as much as I can. We'll, do a special episode.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. If we can ever afford it, you and I will go down to Florida and we'll just, do a couple special episodes at Universal or
Perhaps.
Disney.
I'm kind of leery about Florida, though. Florida's batshit insane, man.
Well, yeah. That's half the fun. I mean, where else can you go out every morning? You go out in the morning, you have to worry about getting eaten by an alligator. No, seriously. I went outside one day to go to work, and there was a 6-foot alligator sunning itself behind my car. I had to go back inside, call work, and say, I'm not coming in just yet. There's an alligator sunning itself behind my car. And they're like, oh, okay, call animal control, no problem. Apparently, it is a standard standard excuse. If you have an alligator behind your car, you're not going to be late. So, yes, Florida. Well, if nothing else, Universal and Disney are fun. I have people I know people backstage for both of those, so hopefully I can make, amazing things happen. All right, anyway.
Fan theories.
Oh, yes. The Dursleys. Okay, fan theories.
Well, I've got a list up here. All right, it's
what do you got?
10 insane ones. All right.
Okay.
Number 10. It's all in Harry's head. This one...
I've heard that
this
one
before. Shows up in pretty much anything. It's all in the main character's head. Okay, sure, fine. But then that just detracts from all the fun of it. So, between you and me, I'm not going to go with it's all in the main character's head idea. I mean, that was brought mainly to the forefront of fan theories in general because of that one show where everything is connected. You told me about this theory. Fuck, what was it? So, I think it's a doctor show or something.
Run it back again. Run back what you were talking about. One more time.
The idea where all of these different shows are connected because they're...
Oh,
St. Elsewhere. Thank you.
Yeah, the Weisthal universe. Hold on. Look it up. The Weisthal universe. Let's see what Google finds. Not even close. Tommy universe. Oh, Tommy Westfall universe of hypothesis. Okay, yes. That's what it is. Basically, the idea is that at the end of St. Elsewhere, it turns out that the entire show has been vagined inside the head of a small child with autism, who's staring into a snow globe. But the thing is that St. Elsewhere crossed over with so many other shows,
and had references to so many other shows.
Right, that apparently everything is inside that kid's head. So, I think it's like someone figured out it was like 2/3 to 3/4 of all television since the beginning of television has taken place inside this kid's head.
See, number 9, the books were written Python style.
Python style?
Python is a programming language that can be used to make just about anything you want within the confines of your computer.
Okay. I think Python's...
Of course, that's what I think too. Let's see. At least according to one Python obsessive who routinely writes about their thoughts on all things programming on their blog and apparently began to notice some similarities between the construction of code in the language and the way that Rowling writes her prose in the Harry Potter books. Basically, if you looked at this stuff, you'd think it was Python as well. But yeah, it is. I don't know, geeky.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I think that no computer can write that bad.
Harry Potter is the reincarnation of King Arthur.
Please continue.
Throughout the series, which bears his name, Harry Potter is something of a living legend. His reputation as the boy who lived precedes him. The expectations he is expected to reach scholastically are ridiculously high, thanks to his defeat of the Lord Voldemort when he was only a baby. And the way people fawn over him earns him half of Slytherin as an instant enemy before he even has a chance to meet them. That and the fact that he's apparently destined to eventually take down Voldemort again is rather a lot of responsibility to carry in the first place, and that's before you throw in the theory that he's a descendant of King Arthur or possibly reincarnation, as if he didn't have enough to live up to. Apparently this is a really long, complex theory, so we might have to do an entire episode just about this one.
Well, we can do an episode about King Arthur, because there's been so many different retakes and reinterpretations of the legend.
But think about it. The Knights of the Round Table could be the Order of the Phoenix.
We dance whenever we're able. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
It could be the Order of the Phoenix or the Weasley family themselves.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sword from pulling the sword from the hat is analogous to pulling the sword from the stone.
That's more of like, I don't know. That's more of the classic William Campbell Here with a Thousand Faces kind of thing.
Like I said, it's far more complex than all of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 7. Magic is controlled by physics.
Let's skip over that. I don't know much about skill. I'm not a science guy. Sorry.
Hufflepuff Stoners.
I'm not Dan Gill, the science guy. Dan Gill, the science guy.
Gill, the science guy.
Dan. No, it doesn't happen. Sorry.
It's a metaphor for 9/11. Bullshit, because it came out before.
Right.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, this is one of the ones that actually kind of threw me. Since Voldemort was defeated, Harry Potter is now immortal.
Okay.
According to prophecy about the Chosen One and the Dark Lord's fates in the book, either must die by the hand of the other, for neither can live while the other survives. Either must die at the hand of the other, meaning the one that didn't die had no other ways of achieving death. By killing Voldemort, Harry sacrifices his death. It's made clear to us that death is the only way he'll ever be with his loved ones. Dying isn't such a bad sacrifice to make, but sacrificing his own death and living forever will be the ultimate sacrifice for Harry. By killing Voldemort, Harry would become immortal, never seeing his family or friends in death. Harry Potter would be forever the boy who lived.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's kind of dark.
That is really depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm. The thing is like that's why I love these books, because there's so many things you can come to them. You bring your own feelings and biases and prejudices to these books, and I can understand if you don't like them, or if you think they're kind of stupid, or not well written. But at the same time, you gotta understand they are very entertaining.
Oh yeah,
books.
and people can wrap their head around all of this many times around several.
Yeah. Though, I have to admit, there are some people online you just have to make fun of.
Yeah.
There's the Christian Weston Chandlers and the, Snape Snogger.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of Snape Snogger?
No.
She's an artist.
Okay.
And she's obsessed with Snape.
Oh, Jesus.
And she's she's an okay artist, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a troll magnet, basically way to put it. And I'm sorry, sometimes I'm a bit of a troll magnet too. I'll be like, picking on these people that don't really deserve to be picked on. But after the Deathly Hallows, and she was reading the Deathly Hallows, and Snape dies. And as I said, her name was Snape Snogger. I really felt honestly sorry for her. Because you could just feel her heart breaking. And her favorite character was murdered. And, somebody like, oh, you saw Kaha. I'm like, this is the point where, I honestly think this is the point where I stopped picking on people.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do it from time to time. It just, I can't help it.
Right.
But I don't do it nearly to the level I used to. I've tried to become a better person. Because I don't want to take pleasure in the hurting of another person.
Not. Schadenfreude is fine to a point, but after a while, it's still a human being.
Right. I mean, she honestly felt bad about, her favorite character being killed. And I'm like, you know what? I really feel bad about that, and I'm sorry. I think I sent her like a note saying, we don't really talk, and I understand that, and I apologize, but I'm just sorry about, your character dying, and I hope you feel better soon.
Here's one for you.
I would have made a horrible bully back in high school. Go ahead.
So this one comes in before Deathly Hallows was released the first time around.
Okay.
Harry, there was a fourth party that came in the death of Harry's parents, right? Fourth person that was there. There was Harry's parents, Voldemort, and somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And one theory had it down that it was Harry himself who had gone back with a time turner.
I don't remember.
Yeah, apparently it was a thing. Before Rowling said that it was Snape, there was some serious speculation as to who the fourth figure was. And it's just messed up. Like, why would Harry go back again and again and again to see that?
To see his own family destroyed.
I mean, the thing about the Time Turners, much as you may not like them, they are a predestination paradox. Basically, going back and doing the thing is inevitable. You have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But, so basically, you can't go back in time and save Harry's parents. You can't go back in time and save Batman's parents, etc., etc. But you can go to other classes because you're supposed to be there. You can go back and save Buckbeak because you're supposed to be there.
Right.
Same idea here, except you can't save Harry's parents. And
it's a locked moment in time. So, like Doctor Who says, I can't change that. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we done a Doctor Who episode yet?
I did one with Eric. But you still want to, as I recall.
Right.
Here's one that is just completely batshit insane.
Please.
J.K. Rowling isn't a real person.
What?
That's my reaction, too.
Let's just, I'm going to say again. What? And then who is she supposed to be?
Let's see. Whenever a woman achieves any modicum of success, a bunch of conspiracy theorists come out of the woodwork, hoping to diminish her achievements in some way. It's the reason so many Victorian female writers took male or gender-neutral pen names. It's why you see people spreading nonsense about Beyonce all over the place, and it's also certainly the same line to which started the ridiculous theory that J.K. Rowling doesn't exist. Or...
I'm just going to rub my eyes right now and say, really?
The argument is basically anonymous.
Fuck
that.
That's as bad as the one I just read here.
Okay.
J.K. Rowling is actually Rita Skeeter.
Like a self-insert?
Well, this is the fan theory that J.K. Rowling is actually the Sly reporter Rita Skeeter. She got kicked out of the wizarding world because of her illegal ways of extracting news and then fabricating them. To make a living, she's written about her previous world and selling those as mere stories because no one in the Muggle world actually knows about the existence of wizards.
Huh.
Now, I just want to go on record and saying back in college, I knew a guy who did so many goddamn drugs, he actually thought he was a wizard. And he would actually tell me about what the powers he was doing, and I would sit there with my beer looking at him going, you are batshit insane. But listening to you is more interesting than watching television, so please continue. He told me some interesting theories about Atlantis and darkness and, the theories of Chinese ghosts and such. He was nuts. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was batshit insane. But, goddamn, he was fun to listen to.
So I looked up Harry Potter fan theories, to contribute to the episode. I just found one that is not even remotely related to Harry Potter, but this one is just so mind-numbingly. What the fuck?
Okay, please.
A connection between Fight Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What?
Yeah. Let's see. In Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Ferris doesn't exist. Instead, he's a manifestation of the more introverted Cameron.
I have heard that theory before.
Huh.
Well, that makes me wonder where the girl figures into all that.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I know. Sloane. Yeah, Sloane.
Sloane, yeah. Where does Sloane figure in all this? Because basically, if you go by that theory, then Cameron basically goes to Chicago by himself. So, essentially, because, and what is it, Cameron grows up to be Edward Norton in Fight Club, and Ferris Bueller becomes Tyler Durden? Huh.
Well, I think we have officially bucked the Harry Potter train.
Yeah, well, as I said, I still quite enjoy the series.
And I am kind of a cynical bastard about it.
You're allowed.
Thank you.
Another thing I'm geeking out
about.
I'm reading another Christopher Moore novel.
Oh, okay.
I think I mentioned it before. This is the guy who writes comedy novels, and they're freaking hilarious. Like, for example, he wrote Lamb, the true story of Jesus Christ as told by his best childhood friend,
yes, Biff. I've seen that. That is great.
It is an amazing book. And as my friend Chenga says, God bless the dumb fucks. And the first time I ever heard her mention that, I didn't understand the reference until I read the book and went, oh. But I'm reading a book called A Dirty Job, which basically about this poor guy who becomes death.
Ouch.
Or a death, actually. There's no, 100% death, like in Piers Anthony's Incarnations of Mortality
Or
novels.
like in Dead Like Me?
Right, no. She's basically, they're just people who are, they're sort of like, they help people along. They help the dead along to their afterlife.
Interesting.
And I have to be very careful because I will not stop reading these damn books. Christopher Moore is an eminently readable dude. So if anyone that's listening to this, please read Christopher Moore. The one thing about Lamb I want to say is it's not blasphemous. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. And this is the book that most people are like, oh, this is horrible. This is awful. It talks horrible things of God. No, it's all about Biff. And it's about about Jesus Christ's reactions to Biff. And it's not blasphemous in the way, it's more like, it's Jesus trying to understand people, and he's living vicariously through Biff.
Interesting.
So, anyway. Yeah,
but yeah.
Definitely worth reading.
So there is one thing that I figured out for Thou Shalt Not. So I was looking at one of the advertisements on one of the doors, and Lego is making a Lego Jurassic Park game, which just seems incredibly just ill-advised. I mean, the characters are fun and all that, but they're not terribly memorable. So I mean, what's the big draw? The dinosaurs? So that made me think, okay, hey, wait a minute, we're doing an episode on Harry Potter, so, hey, Harry Potter had 2 games. Those were pretty awesome. And I played them both. So, tonight's Thou Shalt Not is, Thou Shalt Not make a Lego video game out of this.
Well, my first offering is, it's always the first offering, the most horrible thing ever.
Human Centipede?
There you go.
Throw in
I
there.
don't know. I would not. Like to see Thou Shalt Not make a Lego setting of Casablanca.
I think that'd be cool, but it wouldn't lend itself to a game, no.
Exactly.
MASH.
Having grown up in a time period when Remco made MASH action figures, I'm gonna have to say, yeah, definitely, no MASH action figures. Oh, they were horrible. I mean, seriously, they were just butt ugly.
Now I have to look these up. Remco it was?
Let me double check that. Remco MASH.
Alright. Meanwhile,
right.
Thou shalt not make a Lego game out of Quantum Leap.
How could you?
Exactly. I mean, yeah, you can have all the different characters with different skill sets and all of that. I mean, you can have, like, athletic challenges and all of that. But it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have the memorable characters that you need for a Lego game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Of
course, Thou shalt not...
Schindler's List.
Oh, Jesus, you Godwin! You Godwin!
I've been Godwinning all damn episode, okay?
But like that. God damn.
And the thing is, I'm seeing in my head Liam Neeson as a Lego character. Oh my god.
Well, he was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Thou shalt not make a Godzilla Lego game.
Fuck that noise. I'd play the hell out of that.
No, it would have to be a Lego Godzilla fighting game.
Oh my god. Double the damage. Yeah.
But yeah, play that.
No, you must understand. I am the guy who literally, if I ever win the lottery, if I ever win, like, $100 million, I'm going to hire Tojo Studios to build me a town, a city. Like, build me Tokyo. And I'm going to rampage through it while being filmed, while little Japanese people are going, oh, look out, it's Godzilla!
Oh my god.
I will do this. Happily. I don't care how much it costs. Just so I can say, I rampage through, like I said, I may even hire Godzilla to a fight, okay? Okay, anyway, sorry.
Let's see.
Left 4 Dead 2.
That's a Lego game?
Yes.
Portal, the Lego game. Really, any first-person shooter game as a Lego game would not work.
I don't know, Doom would be pretty good.
I've thought about that, and I actually, several years ago, I made a poster of all these different properties that Lego would be awesome to do with, but they hadn't yet by that point. So, like, Ghostbusters was on there, let's see, all the Channel Awesome people were on there, Marvel was on there at that point. I mean, it was big and awesome, and I gave it to my pop culture teacher. So if I ever see him again, I'll ask if I can get a picture of it and post it on the page. But anyway, I just found those MASH figures. Whoa.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
Here, Billy, play with this. His head looks like a condom.
The same company made action figures for other TV shows that didn't need to have TV action figures, like Love Boat.
Yeah, these are in-action figures at best.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Thou shalt not make... Actually, no, never mind. Hogan's Heroes would totally work as a Lego game.
Yeah.
It would!
Yeah, it would actually.
MacGyver would also
watch
work
that
as a
show
video.
When have you seen Hogan's Heroes?
How have I seen Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same way I saw MASH. My dad's side of the family is very into older TV like that.
Huh.
So
okay. No, I used to watch that show when I was like in the 80s.
So yeah, I dig Hogan's Heroes.
It never fails to amaze me how much you know about these. No, I'm serious. I mean, I could take you back to throw you in a DeLorean, drive 88 miles an hour, throw you in the 1986, and you'd be perfectly content
Probably.
there. Like, what the hell, man? The only thing you have problems with is the computers are really slow. Yes, that was the time
There's
period.
no internet. I can't get my porn, damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you know what else would also work as a Lego game? The A-Team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I would play the
that.
hell out of that. See, Thou Shalt Not Make, of course, 50 Shades of Grey, Blue, you know, those kind of movies.
Yeah. In the realm of the senses.
Sallow.
Ah! I was trying to annoy to not do that one. You had.
I have no shame.
Oh yeah, sure. You work at Walmart. So do I.
Thou Shalt Not Make the Clint Eastwood trilogy as Lego games. I can't see it. I can't see.
I can. That's the weird part.
I don't know.
I'm seeing it in my head. I'm seeing Clint Eastwood. Okay. Blade Runner.
I would like to see that just as a Lego thing in general. I don't think it would make a good game, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
It kind of like how I would love to see Princess Bride.
Oh.
I've actually drawn sketches of that. I've also done sketches of Lady Hawk.
When was the first time I ever met you? I think you drew me a picture of Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time I ever met you. I walked in. I'm like, huh? Who's this young punk? And you're like, I'm drawing pictures of superheroes. Would you like one? I'm like, yeah, Ronan the Accuser. And the thing is, you knew who I was talking about, which I forever, die cast you in my soul.
Ta-da! Now, at that point,
Ta-da.
I didn't really know who Claw was as well as I should have. So I drew the red ape that comes in at the beginning of the introductory issue of Black Panther. But, you know, whatever.
Right. All right. Anyway, it has been here for almost 2 hours, and I have to pee like a
Yes,
freaking
and I need to
racehorse.
start drinking because of that Night on Bald Mountain thing. 'Cause fuck that!
Exactly.
My sentiments exactly.
I gotta talk to my friend Lon and see if he's involved in that, and say I have to hit him if he is. No, my friend Lon is a Disney animator. He's worked on Lion King and Lilo and Stitch and Frozen and a couple of films. But if he's involved with the Night on Bald Mountain, first I have to hit him, and then I have to say, "Can I be involved? Can I get into the writing process, please? 'Cause I'm gonna turn that son of a bitch on its head."
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, from all of us at Daniel's
In
room
the experiment room.
with the
Yes.
non-cat.
Actually, oh, nope, Cat's not in here. She's
Oh,
not in the
poor
basement
Daria.
anymore. Anyway, this has been Late Night Taco Delivery. Thank you for calling.
You may now place your order.
Late Night Taco Delivery is performed by Daniel Gill and Jonathan Knoll and was created by Daniel Gill. New Bazaar opening by Jonathan Knoll. If you have questions, comments, or a suggestion for a future show, drop us a line on Twitter at Radio Walrus Pod. Like Radioactive Walrus Entertainment on our Facebook, or subscribe to our official YouTube channel, Radioactive Walrus. That's Radioactive with a capital R, Walrus with a capital W, and no spaces. Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. You may now place your orders. This has been a production of Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
John, what do chickens say?